It's because they've chosen to treat you as the most important. They've chosen to treat you as a priority. Even though you may not be relevant or appropriate to them, they have invested their time and made the effort. This fixation leads them to the point where they can't think about anything else, because they've developed an obsessive attachment to you. An obsession is never about you. It's about them. It's about the emptiness they carry inside, the lack of structure, the lack of stability. When they see you, they see a mirror that reflects back everything they are not. And instead of walking away, instead of fixing themselves, they cling to the reflection. They stalk it, they hover around it, as though by keeping you in their line of sight, they can hold on to a sense of meaning, when really, it shouldn't have anything to do with them. Because it's outside the parameters of an initiative. It's outside of their duties and responsibilities, so it's not something that they should be concerned with. However, every abuser or stalker has an excuse. They have a reason or explanation to justify their wrongdoing, showing it to be right or reasonable. But those reasons are nothing more than stories. They twist reality to fit their compulsion. And if you listen carefully, the story is always cracked. It doesn't add up, because there is no reasonable, no logical explanation for it. It's all coming from their emotions. So they have lost contact with external reality. They have a mental disorder. They've crafted these ideas in their minds. These justifications for why they do what they do. They lack self-awareness. They lack conscious knowledge of their own character and feelings. They lack the ability to focus on themselves and how their actions, thoughts, and emotions do or do not align with their own standards. So, they don't think they have a problem. This is how they can engage in these behaviours so eagerly and enthusiastically, as though they're possessed by an evil spirit, because it doesn't make sense. It's not bringing them any advantage. It's not helping them progress. It's not leading them to achievement. And yet, they invest so much time into it. Time that could have been used to create, to build, to heal. Instead, they pour it all into obsession. But it's because they've developed an obsessive interest in you, which is why they will try to establish as many connections as they can. They will try to be wherever you are. They will stalk you on social media because they are restless. They are unable to relax as a result of their anxiety, because they always need to be aware of information, so they can have endpoints of control over you. Control is the drug. It soothes their panic. They fear losing you, not because they love you, but because without the object of their obsession, they collapse back into themselves, and that's the one place they cannot stand to be. You may notice that a lot of their feelings and activities are connected with their desire for sex, as though they have an intense focus on sexual fantasies, urges and behaviours, because they're unable to control their sexual impulses. This becomes the centre of interest and activity. But what you see from them is only the tip of the iceberg, because most of what they do happens behind the scenes. You sense it in fragments, an indirect comment, a strange message, a hint that doesn't make any sense unless you know they're watching. They get off on this game of half reveals. They want you to feel their presence, not directly, but like a shadow that moves across your path. They like to show you that they're still there because they have plenty of time in their hands. A lot of them tend to be unemployed, so they have nothing else to do. They have nothing more significant in their lives, which is how it's so easy for them to develop an obsession with you. They have no purpose, their lives are not meaningful, so they grow bitter and resentful. They are full of regret, and they direct that regret toward this obsession. That's the energy you feel when they give you hints, when they accidentally remind you that they're watching. It's never about power, it's about distraction. They use you to escape the unbearable silence of their own lives. They're not working on themselves, they lack accountability. That's how they can act so childlessly and immaturely. If they would just put that time and energy into their own lives, they could actually become something, and then they wouldn't be stalkers. So, they often feel like failures. People with a lack of success, with non-fulfillment, and because they know this, deep down, they can't stand the reflection they see in the mirror, so they latch onto you instead. It's easier to obsess over someone else than to confront the hollowness inside. They're also very weak, because many stalkers see their targets as a threat. They feel vulnerable, exposed, at risk. They feel threatened by your power, your strength, your independence, so they try to control you. But here's the truth, they're not controlling you at all. They're only trying to control themselves, because by becoming fixated on you, they've already lost what little strength they had. By intimidating you, they're trying to gain power and control, so they can feel bigger, stronger, more intimidating than they actually are. But this exists only inside their heads, because they are delusional. They assert these mental propositions with high confidence, but they lack any basis in reality. It's a misconception born from incorrect reasoning, and it's this incorrect reasoning that drives their organized course of action. And all of it, every single behavior, points back to one thing: a mental disorder. Because otherwise, they wouldn't invest their time, their energy, their very identity into something that brings them no real benefit. If they were whole, if they were stable, they would be fixated on their own growth, their own purpose, not on you. And that's why narcissists stalk you. It's never about love. It's never about care. It's about control, obsession, and projection. A reflection of their own emptiness, not your worth. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss future uploads. For daily blog posts and coaching, visit narcsurvivor.co.uk. If you'd like to support my work, you can do so through paypal.me/narcsurvivor.